Hey everyone, my name is Feng, and today I'm gonna show you a guide on how to defeat every bosses in Mowzie's mob. Now, Mowzie's mob is one of the best mod out there in Minecraft, in my opinion, because every mob, every bosses is so well implemented, it blends in with the vanilla, and everything feels so natural. And before I begin showing you how to beat every boss, I encourage you to go beat it yourself before, so you experience it your way. I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks on how to beat the boss legit, and then after we're going to see how much preparation we need to cheese some bosses and how to deal with them quickly. So the first one we're gonna face is Barako the Sun Chief. Now let's see in detail what are his abilities. One of the first things you'll encounter while entering Barako's village is his Sunstrike. He will strike you from the sky with a sunbeam. Then he summons Barakoa that will pursue you and run around you while hitting you with their bone. If you go too close to Barako, he will push you away with a solar flare. When he's low enough, he will summon Barakoa that will heal him and make him invulnerable until you kill these Barakoa. And after receiving a certain amount of damage, he will start doing the laser beam. And if you go too close, he will do the supernova. So first of all, if you don't have any strategies like I did with my BMM, I will suggest that you have full diamond with a bow, a lot of food, and a bucket of water, because the laser, the flame strike, and the supernova will set you on fire. When Barako uses his sunstrike, he will always aim for where you are going. So if you go forward at run speed, if you keep running, you will be hit by the sunbeam. So always look and be unpredictable when you move, always change direction, and the beam will most likely not hit you. If you stay under a block, the beam will not be able to hit you. You can't really get close to Barako or else he will push you away. You can at least land one hit, but that's pretty much it. If you want to just face him head on like this with no strategies, keep him at a distance, always stay near somewhere where you can go under a building or something. The Barakoas will get annoying, I'll tell you that. And when he summons the Barakoa, you better hurry to kill them because he will start to heal at a fast rate. They will avoid projectiles, so sometimes the projectile won't land because they will avoid it. So when he does the laser, always stay near a block so that you can be protected from the laser beam. Also, the laser and the supernova will deal fire damage, so the shield will only block half the damage. It deals half fire, half physical damage. Now, if you ever run in a Barako's village, you'll see that there's some houses right here. If you go in one of them, most of the time there will be a mask here. So you can grab a mask, run out of the village, out of the range of Barako. There is like 5 masks, each of them will give a small effect. This one gives health boost 1, so you will have more heart. It doesn't give a lot of armor, but it can be helpful. But one of the most unique traits of these masks is when you come back, you can go in the village without being attacked. And this is one of the secret trades that you can do with him. If you go to Barako and you right click on him, you can buy the Sun's Blessing, which gives you basically the power of Barako. These ones have been summoned by Barako, so I don't think you can trade with them, but the locals, you can normally trade with them that are spawned in the village normally. So now you have enough time to prepare yourself to fight him. If you touch at any of the building, if you destroy or you touch anything, he will aggro on you and he will attack you. So one of the first strategy that I've developed on Barako is to simply grab a bunch of dirt, and if you go next to him, you have no problem placing blocks. So if you put 2 blocks here, a row of block here, and another 2 block here, when he will summon the Barakoa, they most likely will be stuck here and you won't have to deal with them in the village. You can easily deal with Barako until he does that. Just hide from the laser beam. Now focus these guys so he doesn't heal back. I would suggest to put on the hitbox because these guys have a weird hitbox, so if you want to know exactly where to aim, it's F3B to see the hitbox. Now if you have enough time for preparation, I would suggest to go in the nether and trade with piglins to get fire resistance potion, because it helps a lot. Now Barako is a mid-game boss with its strength and difficulty, but if you happen to have protection 4 on your armor with the Fury Mask and a sharpness 5 sword, what you can do is to enter the village with the mask, bring 1 boat, go under Barako, place the boat, sit in the boat, take out your sword, and start whamming. He can't push you, and if you're fast enough, you should be able to kill him without the Barakoyas healing him. Okay, after some testing, turns out you don't need protection. You only need a Mask of Fury and a Sharpness 5 diamond sword to have enough DPS to one-shot him before he can do anything else. Before we move on from Barako, let's look at one cheesy way to beat him without even fighting. This one doesn't need a lot of equipment other than a lot of iron, so if you have an iron farm, this is the best for you. But all you need is a lot of dirt, a bow, some arrows, and 4 anvil. So what you're gonna be doing is just to go 40 block above Barako. And once you're high enough, you're gonna make yourself a platform just above him, like this. So you want to make sure to have a big enough ceiling above your head or else Sunstrike will hit you. So I think this should be enough. And then I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to revoke all of my achievement to see that it's a player kill. So the first thing we're going to do is to shoot Barako with 1 arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's dead. And I got the achievement. Now all you gotta do is to go down, and I don't have a way to go down. Seems like I don't have the mask. So we're back up here. Let's go for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now is there a mask? Yes, it worked. So shoot first, 3 anvil, then finish with the bow. Now let's look at Frostmaw. Frostmaw will be a little bit more straightforward, but if you just jump in and attack him, you're gonna have a bad time. Because this guy have the kit to mess you up if you're not prepared enough. Now it all depends on how to approach Frostmaw, but this guy you can go with high armor, or if you're doing the right strategy, you can do it without armor. I'll explain in a moment. First of all, Frostmaw is always sleeping somewhere in the tundra. He will have a crystal in his hand, and we'll get back to this later. But if you approach him too much, like this is still okay, I'm in survival mode, he won't wake up. But as soon as I go near him, or touch him, or shoot him, he will wake up and attack me. Frostmaw is immune to arrow, trident, or any projectile, and I went too close, apparently. And then he'll eat his crystal, and he will begin to shoot an ice ball like that. It will freeze you instantly, and once he's a bit closer, he will start to breathe ice. If you're hit a bit too much by this, you will get frozen again. Ow. Now again, like Barako, you can't put a wall between you and the projectile. Watch out, Frostmaw can go up 2 blocks. So if you don't put 3 blocks like that, he will go over. Now comes the slaps. There is 3 types of slaps for Frostmaw. The first one being a simple slap that the shield will block. The second one will be a 2 slap like this that will disable your shield. And the last one will only be done when his health is low enough, like this. He will stand up, you have to go back or it will one-shot you in diamond armor. Having a wall to protect you, or some trees, if that's the case, if you're near a forest. Right now we're not. With a wall you can avoid some of the frost attack, so you can just run around like this, put up your shield, wait for a slap, hit. But there's a way to disable the ice crystal from him, so you need to steal it from him. And the only way to steal it from him is with invisibility. Believe me, I tried to go really fast or swoop in with an elytra, you can't. It will close its fist before you get it. So while you're invisible, you can easily grab it and then put on your armor back, and now you can truly stay melee with him. He won't have any range attack, so you can just do a simple fight with him. Anyway, let's move on to another strategy that I found that we can do with Frostmaw that requires no invisibility, no armor, just some patience. You see, Frostmaw is 4 block wide and can step up 2 block high. So if you build a hole 3 block deep, 5 block wide, with trapdoors like we do with simple mob farm, you can bait Frostmaw into falling to that hole. I would suggest to put on a 3 high wall, at least 7 or 8 block on the sides, so he just doesn't go around it. Now all you need to do is to wake up the big boy, give it a couple of hits, run towards your hole. He will try to shoot you with its breath, so just jump down. And now, as you can see, once he's in the hole, he can't use his breath against you. You can't hit him without him hitting you, so you will need the shield. Or, if you have gotten yourself a spear from a Barako, then this thing has an extended range, and you can just hit Frostmaw without him hitting back. Another thing you can do is just to set the floor into magma, so when Frostmaw jump in the hole, he will begin to take damage from the magma. Just one thing, don't let the magma kill Frostmaw or you will not get the ice crystal. Another stupid and cheesy way to kill Frostmaw is to do the same thing as we did with Barako, just drop 40 blocks, go above him, and drop 6 anvils, so you will need a lot of iron, so just do that if you have an iron farm and you're way too lazy to fight him. 1, 2, 3. Don't go too fast or the damage will cancel out. And since you can't shoot him to finish the damage, you will have to jump down and finish the job yourself, if you don't die. There we go. And you still have some anvil left, so it's not a full waste. So now let's move on to Ferrous Wroughtnaut. Now, Ferrous Wroughtnaut, in my opinion, is the easiest of the bosses, but the hardest to find because it's always hidden somewhere in a cave if it's not too deep. Now, Ferrous has been inspired by the Darknut from The Legend of Zelda and has a couple of attacks. The first one being the simple axe swing. You have to dodge it and that's it. Then he can do a foot stomp, which raises the ground and you have to jump to avoid the damage. And then he has the big attack from above, which you have to go around and hit the weak spot in his back. Then once he takes some damage, he will do some other moves. He will do 2 attacks in a row or 3 attacks in a row with a spin attack. So let's tackle this boss. As you can see, I have no armor. And the trick is to go forward, bait an attack, go back, and try to keep Ferrous in the center of his room. And go behind, crit the sword. And now he's hurt. He might, or not, do some... Wow, okay, you're really making it me easy. Okay, that's... You didn't show me the attack! You betrayed me! And now you get the Axe of Thousand Metal and the Wroth Helm. The axe can do a swipe, and the Wroth Helm is unbreakable and has some knockback resistance. Really simple. And now you're thinking, there's no way you can cheese Ferrous, and you're right, there's no way you can just avoid the fight, because you need to bait the attack to face the sword and kill him. But rail have a weird mechanic in Minecraft. Mobs does not want to cross rails, so if you put one rail on each side of Ferrous, like this, he will wake up, and that's it. You can bait the attack, and he will always stay in the center of the room. Now I'm gonna wait to show you at least the double swipe. 1, 2, and 3. This one is dangerous. And as you can see now, he's out of his rail because I think when he does the spin attack, he moves a little. But anyway, the thing remains the same. He can do the spin attack and it can destroy you if you're not careful enough. So anyway, that's the only thing I found to keep him in place and change the course of the fight a little, but once he do the spin attack, he can get out of the rails, so it is not 100% efficient. Also, on a side note, on normal difficulty, the minimum armor required to survive at least one normal hit is 3 pieces of diamond armor with 1 piece of iron armor. It's just enough to barely survive 1 normal swipe, but if you play on hard difficulty, you need protection 2 on 3 of your diamond armor with 1 protection 3. This is the minimum to survive 1 normal attack. But anyway, hope you liked it. I hope it has been useful. If you don't like the cheese, just don't use them. I know it's controversial, but I love to cheese a mob, a boss, or anything. This is one thing that I love to do. I love to find ways that are not intended to kill a boss and to be creative in the many ways of Minecraft or any video game in general, to find stuff that are not supposed to do. I was a game tester once and my job was to find bugs and stuff like that, so I'm still one in the heart and I love to do that. Anyway, I hope you liked it. If you want me to cover another mod, like for example Elender's Cataclysm, the Mutant Beast, Mutant More, don't forget to leave a comment and ask me what you want to see me cover. But as always, you're awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!